A lot of times when Muslim women they're trying to get married to a guy, I feel like they ask a bunch of silly questions. One of the most important questions that you can ask him is, do you believe that women are more emotional than men? And just listen to what he says. Listen to what he says and watch how he says it. Like if he is like, obviously, or he says some shit like, oh, you know how you are, like you women, you all are crazy on your periods and you act like this and you do this. Look, what he's done is that he, without probably knowing it, he's internalized patriarchy and he's just using banter to normalize it. But let me tell you something that is really, really, like, he doesn't probably know himself. It's not that men feel less, right? Men are not feeling less. And to be fair, a lot of us, we probably are more emotional because we can't even control our tantrums. We can't control our anger. And when we say, oh, we don't feel, it's because we've been trained to show it through, different weapons. For example, if a woman cries, then men go cold, right? Or if she speaks, we shut down. But essentially, it's still a form of us being emotional as well. Because when a woman, she asks for emotional safety, it's a respond mechanism that says, oh, that's dramatic. But that essentially still is a feeling. Because if he thinks that your emotion is a weakness, well, that's most likely because he never had the space to feel his own without being mocked or punished or told to man up. So now, as soon as you express yours, it triggers the emotions in him that he's been avoiding since he was a kid. And you might think to yourself that you're too much or too sensitive or too intense, but you're not. You're just in front of a man who perhaps has never had to hold a woman's heart without trying to silence it and never learned how to hold a woman's heart, right? I think you also need to observe his behavior, what happens when a woman cries in front of him. Obviously, like, go on, start crying in front of him. And notice, I'm not saying do that, but I'm just like, you can't just ask him. Remember, all these motherfuckers are fucking men. We know how to put on a facade, a mask. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, we men, we want to get laid, okay? The truth is that you need to ask him if you need to ask him questions, then rather it's understanding whether he's had emotions that he was shamed for, right? And realize and understand whether he's still carrying that shit.